BPB's 2017 NAMM show coverage is sponsored by Plugin Boutique, the place for music plugins.
I'm Bert Schiettecatte, I'm with Percussa, and we're here at the NAMM 2017 show to show our new Synthor System 8, which consists of our new Percussa engine. It's a sound synthesis engine, a Percussa remote, our new control surface, and then also the latest generation of our Percussa audio cubes. This is now the third generation of this interface. And so basically, it's a modular synthesizer, different from all the other modular stuff out there. There's analog modular synthesizers, there's digital modular synthesizers already. This is a wireless digital modular synthesizer in a sense that you patch using the cubes. So the cubes are linked wirelessly to modules inside the system. And as you put the cubes next to each other, connections are created between the modules that the cubes represent. So the green ones, for example, are oscillators, and the yellow one is an output cube, output unit. So when you put the green ones next to it, you have a signal. I can add more oscillators like this. So now you have 3 oscillators playing on top of each other. I can go in here and I can change the frequencies of these oscillators pretty easily. So what's unique about this system is that you don't have software on the computer that you use to edit everything. All the editing is done in the unit. It runs Linux kernel version 4. There is a wide format, high resolution 1600 pixel display on here. The knobs are all aluminum metal encoders. This is all high-end components. The switches are made by Mac in Denmark, very high quality switches. On the back of the unit, there is a stereo input for sampling. There is 6 individual outputs. There is a headphone output. There is MIDI in, through, and out ports. And then there's SD card slot for storing data and booting up the system. And then there is a USB peripheral port for recording audio directly into your computer. Module-wise, we have a bunch of different modules. There's an LFO here, which is also actually the same thing for us as a regular oscillator because it's all audio rate. Sampling rate-wise, the unit goes up to 192 kilohertz, 32-bit. The DACs and ADCs are by AKM up to 115 dBs. Very high-quality DACs and ADCs. Module-wise, we have sampler module. You can see here I can load a bunch of different samples pretty easily. I can change the start of playback, the length of playback. I can trigger samples using step sequencers as well. Wavetable oscillator, DC generator, envelope generators. Envelope generator you can edit graphically using these encoders. This is a step sequencer. You can edit the steps using the encoders. You can see that you have lots of resolution to really create very fine sequences. You can step through the different parts of the sequence like this. Let me see if I have a preset where you can see the So now you have the oscillator here, and then you have step sequence. Step sequence is controlling the frequency of the oscillator. Oscillator goes to the output cube, basically. COM filter, wave shaper, state variable filter. So there is another preset. So this is also interesting. You have a preset system, so you can call up all the settings that you've stored very easily on the unit. So, and at the same time when you call up a preset, the cubes are linked to the modules already in the preset. So there is very little configuration you have to do. You just press a button, preset comes up and everything is configured, cubes are configured. So when I switch presets, you'll see that the colors of the cubes change and the colors represent each of the different modules. So every time I switch a preset, you see the colors changing. Very convenient. So when you go play live and you, like with a modular synthesizer, with this one, you can have one setup for one song where you have 5 oscillators and then 3 samplers or whatever. And then the next song you can have something completely different. You can have all these different step sequencers and maybe, I don't know, a bunch of percussion samples or whatever. So it's very quick to change setups like this. In the unit there's also a depth and modulation editor where you can configure which modules and which cubes are allowed to modulate which other cubes. So this way you can make sure that not everything is modulating everything else. You can restrict the modulation very easily like this. There's also an effects section with reverb and delay and a chorus. So this way you can add some extra effects to your sounds. I think that's pretty much it.